Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name's David and this is my channel. Today's video, the one is the all and the all is one. This is an important law of the universe that we need to really understand how it works. And this particular law is it's everything. It's one of the most important things. And once you get it, it can bring you incredible peace and innocence, not only to you, but to everybody, to the whole world. This really is what brings everything together, this true understanding of what this means. So let's talk about it this way. If we take our iPhone and we deplete it down, and we're talking on it and looking on the internet, it's down to 10%, then we just hook it to the wire, to the electricity, right, to the whole system, and it wires it. And then from that wire, we fill it back up, right? Now it's back up to 100%, and here off we go again. Now, because of this, it can be said to be almost like an eternal idea. You can deplete it, but then you can fill it up, and you can deplete it, and you can fill it up. This is how we work. If you can imagine that you can deplete yourself down to even 5%, 2%, 1%, and then you can just go and fill yourself back up to 100% and off you go. This is how energy works. It's an eternal idea that it can go and deplete itself and then fill itself up. But what does it mean to deplete? Because if we take that iPhone and, someone fills it back up and now they got 100% back, they're not going to go back and talk about why they depleted it. Do you see? They're not going to say, well, I was on the phone too long and I was doing this and this is what happened. No, they're too busy using it again and moving in the other direction. They would have to completely move in another direction in order to do that. Does that make sense? You see, they're too busy using it and moving on. And that's kind of how we work. Is what happens is when you fill yourself back up to 100%, anything that caused that depletion has been erased. And this is everything that Yeshua was talking about in the Course in Miracles, is that the only thing that depletes your energy is consistently looking at what isn't working in your life, what you think you've done wrong. Do you see? This is what depletes our energy. And what he's saying is when you hook yourself back up to your source and you fill yourself back up, all of that is gone. It's no longer there. So the depletion itself, when you feel depleted, it's there. And when you're hooked in and back to 100%, it's no longer there. So it's undoing it. So every time you go back to your source and fill yourself back up, you undo what has caused any depletion. Does that make sense? But since we don't know that, we look back at it again, you see, and we deplete ourselves over and over and over again. So the more we understand this, the more you will understand that the only thing that you can do in your life is to hook back up to your source energy. That's it. This is why Jesus talked about the Holy Spirit. You must find the Holy Spirit. You must seek the kingdom. He got everybody to let go of the whole world. Just sell everything. Let go of everything. Just take your clothes, not even knowing where your food is, and come with me, because we need to find your Holy Spirit, not what you're looking for in the world. Very adamant about that idea. It's not out there. It's not out there. And this is what keeps us stuck, is believing that what's going to cause me to stop depleting myself is out there. Or I need to redo the past. Whatever that's caused me to feel like I'm losing this, and I've lost so much in this life, I got to go find it again. Do you see? And now we have to relive the past over and over. Or we take the past and we superimpose it so we can find out where we lost and what we can fix. Does that make sense? And he's saying that's not how it works. If you just hook back into your source has everything. Everything you think you've lost, your source has. Nothing is missing. The world means nothing. Source is holding everything that you think you don't have. Now that's pretty powerful. So let's talk about how energy works. if we're depleted all the way down here, once again, what would deplete us? Maybe I'm looking at the money I don't have, or the relationships that are no longer working for me, or I really messed that relationship up or that marriage up, you see, or maybe I lost somebody, or maybe businesses isn't working, body's hurting. You see, this is making me, whoa, small, 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 small. Man, I'm feeling tiny. Anyone ever felt that? Boo, it just pulls you down. So now we're feeling tiny, and what are we doing? We're looking for it out there. Well, maybe it's in that person, or maybe if I can get that deal to work, I can get that money back. And if I could do this, I can get that. You see, we're looking to try to fill ourselves back up with the world. Does that make sense? Can I convince you that it will never happen? That instead, you will continue to deplete yourself because you're looking at the problem, looking at what's missing, looking at what's unwanted. And that's what he's saying. He's like, no, don't do that. No, through faith, that whatever you're missing on the other side, guess what? Your source has. And not only does it have it, but it's as soon as you started losing it, it started going back. Does that make sense? Oh, I have no money. Money, money, money. I have no money. More money, more money, more money. I have no money. Do you see? As soon as you, man, my body's not feeling well. Over here, it's feeling well. I am never feeling well. Over here, it's feeling well. Does that make sense? It's a sliding scale. It's a sliding scale. And the more we move in this direction, the more goes in this direction. Do you see? These two are connected as one, but you cannot live them both because they're in two different directions, so to speak. So the more you understand that, oh man, I'm feeling weak, well, you must have my strength, because I wouldn't feel weak if the strength wasn't going to you. And this is everything. I feel like I have no abundance. You must have all of my abundance, because the lower I go, the more you look at what's unwanted, the more you look at your bank account and say, man, I have no money, I have no money. You're going and getting pulled into a feeling of neediness. I need more, I need more, I need more. And in the meantime, your source is getting bigger and bigger and bigger in that direction. Because as you move in this direction, it gets bigger in the other direction. Can you see? There's no room in this equation for what's outside of you. You see, that doesn't exist. It literally is just a fantasy. The feeling of that abundant being that you want to be is with your source. That feeling of healing and powerful and strong and moving and flowing, that's with your source if it's not with you. You see, and if something wronged you, someone wronged you, and someone did something to you and took something from you, guess what? Your source has it. No one took anything. Your source has it. And it's instantaneous. As soon as it was gone, it was boom, your source has it. Isn't that interesting? And that's what he was trying to say. So he was saying, guys, stop looking at the world. Go seek the kingdom. It has everything you want. It has everything. And this understanding is how you find it. Because I have learned in my life, no matter what I feel like I'm missing, I know you have it. And just saying that, eliminating the idea that the world could have anything. And when that guilt comes and says, man, oh, I can't believe it, I can't believe it, right? It pulls you down. Notice what it always does. It always points to something outside you. I can assure you, if there's anything you're missing, you know why you're missing it. I want you to kind of ponder that saying. Anything that feels like it's missing, anyone that wronged you, anything that feels not good to you, you know why. There's a reason. And that is because you have created a cause. This is a cause and effect world. So I want you to think about that. In this direction, you're still producing effects, but where are those effects coming from? The cause. It's the cause that means everything. Your source has the real cause. The cause that says you're only innocent. The cause that says you're only abundant. It's looking in this direction and believing I'm not abundant and looking outside or a reason in the past to keep myself there. Now I create a new cause. You see, from that cause, there must be effects. Does that make sense? My leg hurts because of an accident that I got into, you see 2 days or 5 days ago, and things aren't working out and I'm not sure what they're going. You see, that sounds like a cause, doesn't it? Therefore, you're getting those effects. But your source says, no, as soon as it happened, I had your healing. It's already flowing in. It's already flowing in. All I want you to do is start focusing on what I have and not a cause that doesn't exist. But change your cause to mine. You are healed. You are flowing. You are abundant. You are eternal. Do you see? I know that I'm feeling, what does the leg hurting make you feel like? It makes me feel depleted. It makes me feel kind of beaten up. Well, I know that you have my strength. I know you have my courage. If I feel depleted, then I know you have my energy. And that's how you tap in. That's how you plug your wire in to fill up your phone. Do you see? By focusing. Because that point in between is just a point of focus, right? Where are we focusing? Are we focusing on the problem and therefore pulling ourselves into creating more of a cause, which must come with more effects? Or are we focusing on who we are, what your source has? Because as you lose, your source gets it. So you can easily focus back in towards your source. And that's the trick to it all. If you're feeling poverty-stricken, then your source must feel abundant and wealthy. Focus on that abundance and wealth. I know you have it. I know you have it. Trust me, it won't take long before you'll start feeling it, because opposites feed each other. You cannot be in poverty without wealth wanting to come in. The yin and yang, you see, they're opposites. They feed each other. That which is smaller, that which is bigger always feeds that which is smaller. So you tap into that area of what's bigger, you will pull it in towards you. You see? And from that perspective, they will come back together. But we cannot get there by creating a cause over and over and over based on something in the past, or based on what someone did, or based on guilt, or based on some kind of sin. Does that make sense? We create more of a cause, therefore we get more of the effects. But here's this other side. Yeshua talks about it like the bridge. You just got to cross the bridge over to the kingdom of heaven. What's heaven? Everything that you want. Everything that you are. Everything that you think you've misplaced is over there. Everything you think you're missing is over here. And it's always there. As soon as you miss it, poof, it's right here. And now, knowing that truth, the one is all is one, right? This is all together. This is all one, based on one energy force. Everything is moving based on where you're focusing. Then now, knowing that you are completely supported by the whole of the universe. I want you to think about that. The whole of the universe is holding your holiness and wants to give it back to you. And the only thing that has to happen is you've got to focus in this direction and stop focusing in this direction. But the more you know it's there, I hope, okay, Dave, I'm going to do it by hope. Then now you'll see the bridge that gets you from here to illusions and separation and blame and guilt to wholeness and flow and abundance. The bridge is hope. I hope you're right. I hope you have it. I hope I can feel the hope that my source has it. I'm no longer going to rely on the world and individuals and special people in my life. I'm going to let them all go, and I'm going to rely on my source. I'm going to rely on what I can't see, but I can feel it. And I'm going to let my feelings pull me in that direction. Positive feelings, you see? And then now that turns into faith. I have faith you have it. Give it a name, whatever it is, because I can assure you, everything you want is over here with that invisible presence. Become one with it. Understand it to the best of your ability. Feel it, flow it, pull it into your life. You see it as you see regular people in your life. Make it more important to you than anything else. You'll feel it in your solar plex. Because this is the only way. You are one with all of the universal energy, all of non-physical. And the more we accept this, and the more we embrace this particular truth, that you are one with all of it. The one is all. Your one is all, supported by the all. You see? And we let go of the individual separate pieces that we're relying way too much on. And we start relying on the wholeness. And you start plugging your phone in order to receive that energy again, that 100%. And every single time you do it, you eliminate and let go of what depleted it completely. Now you're going to see a huge shift in your life, because everything that you think that has ever happened to you, I don't care what it is gone. Because it was depleted or it was erased. when you plugged into your source who holds everything. Because think about it. If as soon as it happens to you, source gets it and you move in this direction, you move in this direction, you move in this direction, then this would never actually exist, would it? I want you to ponder that. This is what Jesus is trying to say, is everything you think happened to you, as soon as it happened, if you would have moved in this direction, it would have never happened. And that's the idea of the undoing. The more you recognize this never actually happened, you just focused on it. You see, you could focus here and now it's gone. And the more we recognize it never happened, it never happened, it never happened, my holiness is still there. It's intact. Everything's still there. Everything's still there. I'm going to cross the bridge and go get it. I'm going to cross the bridge and go get it. And I'm going to feel it first. I'm just going to let it come in a form of a feeling. Who cares about the world? Let it come in a form of a feeling of wholeness, a wholeness of your being. And plug yourself in. Plug yourself in. As you plug yourself in, let go of what depleted. Can you see how these worlds work? And now you're focused here all the time. And as you start receiving the holiness of your being, you'll forget all about what you think you're missing because that's what you really want. To feel good, to feel loved, to feel appreciated, to know by faith and now knowing that you are completely supported by the whole universe in every aspect. Now that's power. Take that with you, guys. As always, it is up to you what you receive. It is my blessing, my pleasure, my excitement to share this clarity with you. Of course, always to receive back. Hit the like button if it's speaking to you. Otherwise, subscribe. And as always, my unconditional love and